second year of the in-season tournament and the cup, this is a game where if you win, the home game. I guess that would be the first thing that comes with that. Just kind of how have you viewed this now that you're in year 2 of it, and how do you view this game? Does it feel any different, I guess, knowing that that's, something's on the line in that way in terms of getting an extra home game next week?
I mean, first and foremost, all the games are important in a season, obviously, with a little bit more, incentive. I think it kind of rises guys' play or whatever it is. I think I've been paying a lot of attention to it, especially like the point differential, how that works out, how that favors different teams or whatever. See, the Magic are up like 60 points, so whether they win or lose, think they'll get the wild card if they lose, whatever it is, depending on how they fare tomorrow against the Knicks. But I think it's a great thing for our league. It's been fun to play in. It's been fun to partake in on different arenas and things, different courts, whatever it is. And obviously tomorrow playing against a, Detroit Pistons team, probably haven't had something like this, something to play for as big as this. So obviously it's going to be a great game, great atmosphere. Both teams 3-0. Really makes you pay attention to games that you probably won't watch, right? I watched the Pistons and Indiana game this week. It was a great game as well on this week. So it was fun, man, just to get in this type of atmosphere in season tournament. Obviously, get a chance to win a large lump sum of money. That's always fun as well. And then get a chance to go to Vegas. Vegas is like 5, 6, 7 days too this year. So that's kind of cool. Hopefully we can get there. Just take it a day at a time. But I like the in-season tournament outlook on how it's going. And just the competition level is always fun just to compete, especially for something so big.
We were talking about it. This might be the most important Pistons game since they played like a bunch of the playoffs. Like if we're talking about like
What year was that?
19. So like, we think about that. The Pacers last year. I mean, y'all won a championship, and I think you guys really cared about last year. Have you been surprised about that? Like, I don't want to say word, but like it feels like it has been a thing for like a lot of the players that like it is bringing out those competitors.
Yeah.
Frankly, I mean, I'm kind of cynical. I was not thinking it was gonna last.
Yeah.
But it feels like it has, mate.
Yeah, you gotta think about it too for like rising teams, right? Like there was a new team ahead last year, which was the Pacers. Like new team. I don't want to say new team, but new team that's here now. They're making it to the season tournament. They're in Vegas. They make it to the championship. They go to the playoffs. They make the Eastern Conference Finals. So it's like a season Kickstarter for teams that's trying to go to that next level, right? Now you have teams like the Rockets that's 3-0 in their pool, like great young team with young talent with guys that can be a really good team in the future. So I think it just rises guys' competitive nature, and it kind of gives teams a great outlook on how their season could go, where they can get to, and gives them meaningful games to play in early on in the season to give you something to look forward to later on in the season. So I think it's a win-win for both sides. Obviously, you get to play in important games. You get to play for a long sum of money, but also you still get a chance to play the game of basketball. I mean, what's better than doing that and just going out there and hoop, especially something that's so meaningful, especially like tomorrow, like, it's probably be a packed crowd. You never know how the atmosphere is going to be, so you get a chance to play in a hostile environment in December, see what your team's made of, and then you go from there. But it should be fun. I like the outlook of it. I like watching the games. I don't like every court that some teams have, I would say, but it's been fun watching the games for sure.
Yeah, I mean, for you guys, I know at the time, that first Toronto game, y'all were it started this run, but I know at the moment we're 2-8. We just want to get a win.
Yeah.
But to a degree, I mean, as time has gone on, there's only been now a handful of you that have played and gone on a playoff run together. So it'll be that atmosphere tomorrow. If you advance, there's that atmosphere in a week going on. I don't know. Does it feel like it could be helpful if you look at Torian, DeLon, Gary, even to a degree, AJ and Andre, guys who maybe haven't been through with you all. You know what I mean?
I just think just minutes make you stronger no matter what the game is, right? So whether it's an in-season tournament game, whether it's you're in Indiana in January and it's freezing cold outside, like, when you get more minutes, when you get a chance to show what you can do on the court, the more minutes you get, the more comfortable you get, the more acclimated you get to what the team wants to do, how your teammates are playing, where their spots are at. Your minutes kind of just make you stronger. I think that's a kind of unforeseen thing around the league, right? The more minutes you get, the more comfortable you get, the better you kind of tend to play, and the more comfortable you tend to get with your group that's on the court. So obviously, it's a meaningful game, and it's good for guys on our team to play in meaningful games. But for us, every game is meaningful. And obviously, start the season how we started, and now starting to click a little bit, but we wanted to make sure that it keeps clicking by doing all our things that we've been doing, building our good habits, helping each other, talking, passing the ball, spreading the ball around, making sure everybody eats, and then winning the game. That's the biggest thing.
I think since November 1st, you guys are like 8th in offense, 11th in defense. From my perspective, it's like, okay, I can throw out those first 5 games. I don't need to like think about those anymore. For you guys, like, what's the balance of focus on positive,
Yeah.
but then also maybe keeping that as a reminder, like, hey, if we don't do those things, we can go on and get like, is that something? Do you that
Yeah.
to your mind, or do you understand?
I think for us, we just try to keep an active group chat. Guys do a good job of chiming in the group chat. I text in there quite often, so just kind of keep a active reminder of what we're playing for, why the season's so special, what we can do as a whole. When we pass the ball, we are a great team when the ball's moving, when, it's not so much dribble, when it's moving, and like defense and on a team playing defense against us, it's hard to beat ball movement, right? So we're just trying to be the best team we can be on a nightly basis, but still think bigger picture down the line, but still standing out. Like, obviously it's hard, right? Like, because you kind of get so far ahead and look ahead to what can happen in April and what can happen in May, and if we're lucky enough, what can happen in June. So standing in now is a big thing, but still thinking bigger picture. But I think our active group chat talks, our active communication with holding each other accountable, our active communication on just knowing what we want to achieve, and what we want to achieve is just tomorrow, win tomorrow. Like, that's the biggest thing, just taking it a day at a time. Then I think everything else will kind of follow suit and kind of come together when it does. Like I said, man, in a season, any team that's trying to get somewhere, you want to peak at the right time. I don't think no team's peaking in December, but you can trend to. But if you peak in December, then good luck for you, right? Like, you want to peak around late March, early April, play your best ball then, and then be the best ball club you can be.